Ever wondered why weather patterns never go to school? Here's a fun fact for you. They already have enough degrees. That's right, weather has a natural knack for temperature. Now let's dive into the world of extreme weather events. Starting the countdown at number 10, we have the Great Galveston Hurricane. This mammoth storm surged onto the shores of Galveston, Texas, in the year 1900. The hurricane, with its fierce winds and monstrous waves, wiped out about a third of the city, making it one of the deadliest disasters in American history. The magnitude of the hurricane was so great that it reshaped the geography of the islands and the coastline. But it wasn't just the physical landscape that was altered. The Great Galveston Hurricane also marked a significant turning point in our understanding and approach to hurricane prediction and response. It spurred developments in weather forecasting and disaster management, which have saved countless lives since. So, while the Great Galveston Hurricane was a devastating event, its impact extends beyond the immediate destruction. It served as a stark wake-up call, leading to advancements that have made us better prepared for such extreme weather events. The Great Galveston Hurricane surely left a mark in the history of extreme weather events. At number 9, we have the devastating 1931 China floods. This event is etched into history as one of the deadliest natural disasters of all time. The year 1931 saw a series of unfortunate weather conditions in China. An unusually heavy snowfall followed by a warmer spring led to higher evaporation levels. This, coupled with exceptionally heavy rainfall, resulted in the Yangtze, Yellow and Huai rivers bursting their banks. The resultant floodwaters covered an area equivalent to England and half of Scotland combined, claiming millions of lives and displacing even more. The impact was so severe that it altered the course of these rivers, changing the geography of the country forever. The aftermath of these floods stretched beyond the immediate loss of life and property. The social and economic ramifications were felt for decades, triggering political changes and influencing policy decisions. The 1931 China floods were indeed a catastrophic event. Number 8 on our list is the 2003 European heatwave. Picture this, a summer so sizzling it set records. This was no ordinary heatwave. It was a catastrophic event that swept over Western Europe in the summer of 2003, baking countries from France to Italy, Germany to the United Kingdom. The mercury soared to never-before-seen levels, with temperatures in some places reaching nearly 40 degrees Celsius. Daily life was disrupted, agriculture suffered. But the most heartbreaking impact? The loss of human life. It's estimated that tens of thousands of people, many of them elderly, succumbed to the sweltering conditions. Why is this significant? Because it was one of the deadliest heat waves in human history. It served as a stark reminder of how vulnerable we are to extreme weather. And it highlighted the pressing need to adapt and prepare for a future where such events could become more common due to climate change. The 2003 European heat wave was a scorching event that Europe will not forget. At number 7, we have the deadly 1970 Bhola cyclone. This catastrophic event struck the heart of Bangladesh on the 13th of November 1970. The Bay of Bengal was churned into a violent frenzy as a Category 3 storm, with winds reaching peak speeds of 115 miles per hour, took form. This cyclone was not just a storm, it was a destroyer, a force of nature that made its presence known in the most devastating way. The low-lying lands of the Ganges Delta were inundated by the storm surge, causing widespread flooding that claimed the lives of an estimated 300,000 to 500,000 people. The Bhola cyclone remains one of the deadliest tropical cyclones in history, highlighting the terrifying power of nature and the vulnerability of coastal communities to such extreme weather events. The 1970 Bhola cyclone was a deadly storm that claimed many lives. Coming in at number 6 is the 1925 Tri-State tornado. This monster of a storm is considered the deadliest tornado in U.S. history, barreling through parts of Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana on a fateful day in March. It left an unprecedented trail of destruction in its wake, stretching over 200 miles. This tornado was like no other, taking the lives of 695 people and injuring over 2,000. The storm was so intense that it leveled entire towns, leaving them in ruins. The towns of Gorham, Murfreesboro, and DeSoto in Illinois were among the hardest hit. The 1925 Tri-State tornado was a significant event, not just because of the sheer destruction it caused, but also for the advancements it brought about in our understanding of tornadoes and severe weather safety. It led to improved forecasting techniques and the establishment of more effective warning systems. The 1925 Tri-State tornado was a whirlwind disaster. Halfway through our list at number 5 is the 2010 Russian heatwave. The summer of 2010 was unlike any other in Russia's history. The country was gripped by an unprecedented and deadly heatwave, the likes of which hadn't been seen in over 1,000 years. This wasn't your regular summer sizzle. Temperatures soared to a scorching 44 degrees Celsius, a record-breaking high for the nation. Cities were transformed into veritable furnaces, and wildfires raged across the parched landscape, exacerbating the already unbearable heat. This heatwave wasn't just a weather phenomenon, it was a silent, relentless disaster. Over 55,000 lives were lost, and the country's wheat harvest was decimated, leading to a global spike in food prices. The 2010 Russian heatwave was a stark reminder of the devastating impacts of extreme weather. Its effects were felt far beyond Russia's borders, underlining our global interconnectedness and vulnerability to the whims of Mother Nature. Indeed, the 2010 Russian heatwave was an extreme event that had severe consequences. At number 4, we have the 2011 Japan earthquake and tsunami. A catastrophic event that will forever be etched in our collective memory. On March 11, 2011, a magnitude 9 earthquake, one of the most powerful in recorded history, struck off the northeastern coast of Japan. This triggered a massive tsunami, with waves reaching up to 40 meters high. The magnitude of the disaster was unfathomable. Entire towns were swept away, and a nuclear crisis was triggered at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. The death toll rose to over 15,000, with thousands more missing and displaced. The event underscored the vulnerability of even the most prepared nations to the unmerciful force of nature. Japan, known for its advanced earthquake preparedness, was left reeling. The consequent nuclear disaster served as a stark reminder of the potential risks of nuclear power in a world increasingly prone to extreme weather events. The 2011 Japan earthquake and tsunami was a catastrophic event that shocked the world. Coming in at number 3 is the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. This catastrophic event was triggered by an undersea megathrust earthquake off the coast of northern Sumatra, Indonesia, on December 26. With a magnitude of 9.1 to 9.3, it was one of the most powerful quakes ever recorded. The earthquake was so intense that it caused the earth to vibrate as much as a centimeter, and it unleashed a series of devastating tsunamis along the coasts of 14 countries. The waves traveled at high speeds across the Indian Ocean, reaching heights of up to a staggering 30 meters in some places. The impact was unimaginable. Over 230,000 to 280,000 people lost their lives, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami was a disaster of epic proportions. At number 2 we have the 1935 Labor Day hurricane. This storm, often referred to as the Great Labor Day Storm, was one for the history books. It's still the most intense hurricane to make landfall in the United States, and it swept through the Florida Keys with a vengeance. Here's what made it so extreme. The Labor Day hurricane packed a punch with winds that reached a staggering 185 miles per hour. Yes, you heard that right, 185. This Category 5 hurricane was an unstoppable force, and its impact was devastating. But why is it significant? Well, the Labor Day hurricane was a wake-up call. It shone a spotlight on the need for improved hurricane forecasting and disaster response. The tragic loss of life and property led to the establishment of more advanced weather forecasting systems. The 1935 Labor Day hurricane was a storm that left a lasting impression. It was a grim reminder of the power of Mother Nature and the importance of being prepared for her fury. And finally, at number 1, we have the infamous 2005 Hurricane Katrina. The storm that will forever be remembered in the annals of American history. This intense tropical cyclone was not just a weather event, it was a catastrophe that had a profound impact on the United States. Hurricane Katrina was a Category 5 monster that made landfall in August 2005. It brought with it winds that reached 175 miles per hour, and a storm surge that caused widespread devastation. Cities like New Orleans were left in ruins, the infrastructure crumbled, and the economy took a massive hit. But more than the physical devastation, it was the human toll that was truly heart-wrenching. More than 1,200 lives were lost, and countless others were displaced. The storm exposed vulnerabilities in emergency preparation and response, leading to significant changes in how such events are managed. The 2005 Hurricane Katrina tops our list as the most extreme weather event. It's a grim reminder of the power of nature and our responsibility to prepare and protect. Extreme weather events are more than just record-breaking phenomena. They're powerful, planet-shaping forces that have left indelible marks on our world, from the Great Galveston hurricane that redefined coastal cities, to the devastating 1931 China floods, the hottest summer Europe experienced in 2003, and the 1970 Bhola cyclone that took hundreds of thousands of lives. We've witnessed the unparalleled fury of the 1925 tri-state tornado, felt the scorching heat of the 2010 Russian heatwave, and held our breath as Japan grappled with a catastrophic earthquake and tsunami in 2011. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, the 1935 Labor Day hurricane, and the unforgettable Hurricane Katrina in 2005, have all reshaped landscapes and human lives. Each of these events underscores the profound impact of extreme weather on our planet's history and our human story. They serve as poignant reminders of our vulnerability to nature's might and the imperative need for preparedness. These extreme weather events remind us of the immense power of nature and the importance of being prepared.